In the last 18 months, I bought 7 abandoned Akiya houses in Japan. 4 are now income-generating rentals. 3 are still being renovated. In this video, I'm going to give you 10 brutal truths about Akiya investing that will either scare you away or give you the exact roadmap to succeed where others have failed. Truth number 1, you won't get rich quick, but you can build real wealth. Let's destroy the biggest myth first. You will not become a millionaire flipping Akiya houses in 6 months. The YouTube thumbnails screaming cheap Japanese houses equals easy money are lying to you. Real estate wealth comes from capital gains in appreciating markets, not remote areas where prices are declining. But here's what they're not telling you. That's exactly why Akiya investing works. While everyone's chasing get-rich-quick schemes, you're building a portfolio of cash-flowing assets that generate 8 to 12% annual returns. And that's not sexy, but it's sustainable. The math is simple. Buy a $50,000 house, invest $15,000 in renovations, rent it for $650 per month. That's $7,800 annual income on a $65,000 investment. 12% gross returns. You'd get similar returns from the S&P 500 with zero work, but the S&P 500 doesn't give you a physical asset you control, tax advantage of real estate, the satisfaction of revitalizing communities, and a foothold in the Japanese market. The people who succeed in Akiya investing aren't looking for shortcuts. They're building something meaningful. Which reminds me, bonus truth number 1.1. Airbnb dreams will crush your budget. Here's a bonus truth that kills more Akiya dreams than anything else. Your Airbnb plan will not work. I know. You've seen the Instagram posts. Beautiful Akiya turned into charming guest houses. Foreign influencers showing off their passive income from Japanese vacation rentals. Here's what they're not telling you. Japan's minpaku laws make short-term rentals incredibly restrictive. You need special licenses. You're limited to 180 days per year of operations in most areas. Many municipalities have banned them entirely. But let's say you can get the license. Here's the real math. To make an Airbnb work, you need to invest in premium location near tourist attractions, not remote Akiya areas. High-end renovation, $80,000 to $150,000, not the $35,000 rental standard. Professional photography and marketing, 24/7 guest management in Japanese and English. Legal compliance across multiple jurisdictions. The result? You're looking at $200,000 plus total investments to potentially earn what a $50,000 long-term rental would generate if you can stay booked. Here's what actually works. Long-term rentals to local Japanese tenants. Steady income, minimal management, legal compliance is straightforward, and you're actually helping solve Japan's housing shortage. The successful Akiya investors I know gave up the Airbnb dream early. They focused on what actually works, providing affordable housing in areas where people live and work. Save yourself the headache. Build a rental portfolio, not a hospitality business. Truth number 2. Timeline expectations will make or break you. Everyone expects cash flow in 3 to 6 months, and that's not impossible, but that expectation kills more Akiya investors than any other factor. Here's a real timeline. Months 1 to 2, property search and due diligence. Months 3 to 4, contracts and closing. Months 5 to 10, full renovation. Months 10 to 12, tenant placement. That's 10 to 12 months to first rental income. Plus, Japan hits you with real estate acquisition tax, 3% of assessed value between 4 and 6 months after the purchase. But here's why this timeline is actually your advantage. Most people quit when they realize the real timeline. That means less competition for you. The properties that take 10 to 12 months to cash flow are the same properties that will cash flow for the next 20 years. Investors who succeed are the ones who plan for the real timeline from day one. They have enough capital to cover carrying costs, enough patience to let the process work, and enough vision to see the long-term picture. And when you go in with realistic expectations, what feels impossible to others becomes completely manageable for you. Truth number 3, DIY is the fastest way to lose money. So don't do it. I've walked through dozens of houses where previous owners tried to DIY. Half-finished walls, exposed wiring, mold returning because they didn't fix the roof issue, permit violations that required complete do-overs. 2 of my 7 Akiyas were DIY disasters. The original owners bailed halfway through, and I spent more fixing their mistakes than if I'd started from scratch. But here's the good news. This is completely avoidable. The successful Akiya investors I know treat renovation like other business expense. They hire professionals, manage the process, and focus on their strengths instead of trying to do everything themselves. Your job isn't to swing a hammer. Your job is to find good deals, manage good contractors, and build a sustainable business. Or better yet, find someone who can do all that for you. When you hire professionals from the start, your renovations cost more upfront. but finish faster, 4 to 6 months versus 8 to 12 months. Meet all legal requirements. Actually increase property value. Don't require expensive fixes later. The expensive professional approach is actually cheaper in the long run. Truth number 4, renovation timelines are longer than you think, so plan for it. You think renovation will take 1 to 2 months? It won't. Even the best contractors, you're looking at 3 to 4 months minimum. In Japan, especially outside major cities, good contractors are in high demand. Materials take time to order. Weather delays are common, and permitting takes longer than expected when required. But here's why this is actually predictable and manageable. The investors who succeed planned for 6-month renovations from day one. They budget for longer carrying costs, don't make promises to tenants they can't keep, use the extra time for proper due diligence on tenant placement, and stay patient instead of rushing contractors. When you plan for the real timeline, you're never stressed about delays. You're prepared for them. My fastest renovation was 3.5 months. My slowest was 7 months. The difference? I planned for 6 months on both, so neither felt like a disaster. Truth number 5, cheap houses come with hidden costs. Budget for reality. That $5,000 listing looks amazing until you see it in person. The roof is caving in. There's no plumbing. But here's what experienced investors know. That purchase price is never the real price. Instead of getting excited about cheap houses, successful investors budget for total investment, purchase plus renovation plus carrying costs. Focus on end value, rental income potential. Look for structural integrity over cosmetic condition. Verify legal access and utilities before making offers. The houses that look expensive up front are often cheaper in the long run. A $35,000 house that needs $35,000 in renovations might be a better deal than a $50,000 house that needs $55,000 in renovations. Smart investors think in terms of total investment, not purchase price. Truth number 6, it's project management, not passive income. When you buy an Akiya, you're not buying a property, you're buying a project. For the first 6 to 12 months, expect to spend 10 to 15 hours per week on coordinating contractors, managing timelines, handling permits and paperwork, solving unexpected problems. But here's what makes this manageable. The investors who succeed either love project management and treat it as a skill they're developing, have systems and teams that handle the management for them, budget for professional support from people who've done this before. This isn't passive income in year 1. It's active business building that creates passive income for years 2 to 20. The work you do in the first year sets up cash flow for the next 2 decades. Truth number 7, properties sit empty, plan for vacancy. You finish your renovation, list the property, and nothing. No interest for weeks or months. And this happens especially in less populated areas. Rural Japan isn't Tokyo where properties move fast, but successful investors plan for this. Budget for 3 to 6 months of vacancy in your financial projections. Start marketing before renovation is complete. Work with local property managers who understand the market. Price competitively to attract tenants quickly. The investors who succeed don't depend on immediate occupancy. They have enough capital to cover carrying costs and enough patience to find the right tenant. When you plan for vacancy, it becomes a minor inconvenience instead of a financial disaster. Truth number 8, local governments are bureaucratic. Work with locals. Local governments aren't designed to help foreign investors. They're understaffed, bureaucratic, and focused on local tax collection. Getting clear answers about permits or zoning rules is frustrating and time-consuming. But here's how successful investors handle this. Work with local professionals who understand the system. Build relationships with key city hall contacts. Plan for bureaucratic delays in your timeline. And don't try to navigate the system alone. The investors who succeed don't fight the system. They work with the people who know how to navigate it. Having the right local contacts can turn a 6-week permit process into a 2-week process. Truth number 9, property management is crucial. Secure it first. Finding reliable property management outside major cities is challenging. Most don't speak English. Many don't want to deal with foreigners, and some will take your property, then ignore it. But here's the key insight. The successful investors secure property management before they buy the property. They identify property managers during the due diligence phase, verify English communication and foreign buyer experience, negotiate management terms before closing, and build relationships with multiple management companies. If you can't find good property management, you shouldn't buy the property. Your property will only be as good as the people managing it when you're not there. Truth number 10, it's a lifestyle choice. Embrace the journey. Akiya investing isn't a passive income play. It's not a weekend side hustle. It's a lifestyle. you'll learn construction and renovation management, cross-cultural communication, Japanese business practices, real estate market dynamic, and project management skills. But here's what makes it rewarding. You're not just building wealth. You're revitalizing abandoned properties, providing affordable housing, learning valuable skills, building relationships in Japan, and creating something meaningful. The people who succeed are the ones who enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The solution: why AIG exists. Every challenge I described is exactly why I built the program, Akiya Income Generator. At AkiyaHub, we call this the Fast Track program. Honestly, I got tired of watching people make the same expensive mistakes I made. So we built something different. Off-market properties with renovation costs already calculated. Contractor networks with established relationships. Property management arranged before you buy the property. Local support teams who handle the bureaucracy. And a proven system that eliminates the guesswork. Here's the thing. You can spend months trying to figure this out yourself. Build relationships from scratch. Make every mistake I just showed you. Learn through trial and error. Or you can work with people who've already done it. As you can imagine, this program is not free and it's not for everyone. It does cost $9,997. Half upfront, half at closing. We currently only take 10 people per month because we provide full hands-on support. And before you say, I want to try it myself first, I get it. I thought the same thing. And that's exactly how I lost $50,000. I'm not here to convince you if you're not ready. We already have a waiting list every month. But I know this, months from now, you'll either be further along with a clear process and support system, or you'll be exactly where you are now, still watching YouTube videos about Akiya investing, leaving comments about how hard it really is. The choice is yours. So those are my 10 brutal truths, Akiya hunters. Akiya investing is challenging, but every single challenge is predictable and solvable. The people who succeed aren't the ones who avoid problems. They're the ones who plan for them. If you want to learn more about our fast track like AIG and other programs for vacation or personal properties, join us at AkiyaHub. There's a link below. Don't be that person who spends 18 months learning these lessons the expensive way when the solutions already exist. If this video helped you understand what Akiya investing really involves, leave a comment below and let me know. I'll create more honest content about real estate investing in Japan. Remember, the truth isn't meant to scare you away. It's meant to prepare you for success. See you in the next one.